Hey, I'm Yasmin Young, and welcome to Community Connect, where I connect you with people, places, things right here in Buffalo. These two may look familiar to you. Almax, Babie Gurl. But they're not here to spit. They're actually here to talk to you about four quarters. So what exactly is four quarters?
What? Go ahead, baby. It's all you.
Four Quarters is our youth organization where we specialize in arts, culture, education, and networking. And we put on showcases 4 times a year, 2-part showcases, Friday and Saturday. And what it is we hold auditions and we just serve as a platform to push other artists to the forefront. We're artists ourselves, but we don't have that crab in the barrel mentality. So we just serve as a support. And we do a lot of other different things.
We do mentoring, a lot of community events. We go out and do motivational speaking. We actually don't only just put together those showcases or whatever the case is. When we get presented opportunities, say for instance somebody is looking for like entertainment for a birthday party, or they have a step contest going on, or a big show or something going on. What we do is those artists that actually performed in those, came to audition and they passed through the auditions, we actually put them in those slots.
So kind of like a collective.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do everything we can to basically make sure that we can produce a name for the artists that are in our city. And not only in our city, we also take them out of town whenever the opportunity is given.
Exposure.
Exposure. Right. You know, we put together newsletters to actually give to other people, so that way people can read up on our artists in our city and things like that. But it's really for our youth to build, for our youth to grow. It's not literally for like just music. It's for our youth itself. It's all genres. So you have dance, you have hip hop, poetry, neo soul, gospel, jazz,
instruments, tap dancing.
It don't matter what it is, and it's for all ages. We've had people perform in our showcases, and we plug people in the showcases from the ages of 5 to, I want to say 51. Yeah. You know,
what was the 51-year-old doing?
Oh man, he was awesome.
Getting down.
Yeah, he was actually awesome. Getting it on his guitar. You've had another 51-year-old who actually sings. His name's Sean Tyler.
Sean Tyler.
So soulful, so soulful. You wouldn't even imagine, like if you looked at him, you wouldn't think that voice would come out of him because he's so tiny. You like, you know what I mean?
Power comes out of him.
Power, nothing but power. Every chance we get, though, we try to do whatever we can to make sure that that next artist can step up or they can actually do something with their craft. You know, we're not here for us. And a lot of people feel that, you know, when you put something together, oh, it's yours, so you can do whatever you want with it. Yeah, whatever. But at the end of the day, we're not about us. You know, this is not a self-based.
Buffalo and the artist community here.
And it's about what 4 quarters. When you think of 4 quarters, you think of what? Change. Right.
And I was going to ask you where the name came from. So is that where the
we're
name
basically
comes
trying
from?
to create change.
We're creating change.
Yeah. And the actual organization began with me, her, and our cousin Joey. We all have the same birthday. We put together a huge birthday event at Starfields Productions, and this was 2 years ago. And when we put this event together, literally, it sold out. I mean, it was packed so much to the point where people were
wall to wall,
standing room only.
People were we were asking people if they needed to have a seat because there's older people there.
Right.
You know, because it's a family-oriented event, and we also cater them. So people are sitting there ready to eat, excited because they're getting great music. We handpicked all the talent for our birthday show, and it was amazing.
I've ever been a part of it.
Nice.
And it got to the point to where people didn't want to leave.
Right.
They left on a high spirit. I came to her the very next day, not even the next day, probably 2 days later. And it was because I woke up out of my sleep drawing. She woke up, what are you doing? I don't know. When it's over, I'll be able to let you know. But this needs to finish. So I completed it. I showed her the next day. I was like, yo, babe, remember the show we just did? She was like, yeah, it was incredible. I was like, you're right. We can utilize that as a platform and change lives because music changes lives.
Absolutely.
Right.
And she was like, well, let me pray on it. She came back to me 3 days later and was like, let's give it a go. So I reached out to my homie, Jason Williams, a.k.a. Soda.
Upstate Multimedia.
Upstate Multimedia, huge help to our organization. But I reached out to him, gave him the whole spill of everything, the idea, told him how we wanted to go about things. He ended up coming up with our logo. And
which is on the shirt.
Yeah. And he's an incredible guy all around. Photography, graphic design, all types of stuff. I do that too, but you know, I'm not one that take people light. You know, he's dope. He's dope for real. He's good at what he does. He has the eye for it. So I went straight to him. I learned a lot of stuff from him, graphic wise and photography wise. So I'm literally under his wing if you think about it. But
well, how do you see your organization kind of changing the perception of hip hop? Because you know, a lot of people that are in the older generations, a lot of people that just don't understand hip hop, it's always looked at so negatively. And I know that's only one aspect of Four Quarters, but that's basically what most of the youth are listening to.
It's all about the message. I find that the older generation are more perceptive and accepting to the positive message that comes from out of the music, and they can appreciate it more because there's not a lot of cursing, there's not a lot of shoot this, kill this, sell drugs, money, cars. It's not about that. It's about negative. I'm about to give you some food, and when you leave, you're gonna be full.
Right.
That's
and not
that's the name we
not full here,
full here.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's very contagious. It's contagious. We've gotten people to the point where they done came in off the streets, and now all they want to do is rap or sing or whatever it is that their craft is. They want to do that in a positive manner. You know what I'm saying? We're here to help mold our youth into what they need to be or what they should be in the future. You know what I'm saying? We learn from our mistakes and from hitting our head all the time to the point where we have enough knowledge to where we can actually pass off to the next person. And I'm talking not just by writing our own music or anything like that, but even by performing bigger outside of this town itself. Because what people do is they tend to get stuck in that mind state of, yo, I'm the best in Buffalo.
And
get out of that.
Comfortable with that.
What about being the best in the world?
Yeah. You know, the world is so much bigger than Buffalo. And it is, when it comes to music.
Digitally now.
Exactly. You know? And then when it comes to music, it's bigger than music. Because if you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't know the business side of things, you're going to get left over a ledge somewhere. You know, and then you're going to be sitting there playing with your thumbs, wondering what happened or where did I go wrong.
Right.
Well, you can get that knowledge with us, you know, because we've been through situations to where we can actually help and provide that type of information.
Take you to the proper steps and lead you through the proper channels.
Right. Well, how does somebody, like anybody that's a youth or older that, you know, is an artist and has a craft here in Buffalo, how can they get involved?
Facebook, 4 Quarters WNY. Or you can email us, 4 Quarters WNY. You can call us. I mean, 4 Quarters WNY at Gmail. Or you can give us a call, 939-1670. That's the line. Or we're on Twitter. Same thing, 4 Quarters WNY. We're actually about to get rid of the WNY because, like I said, it's something bigger than Buffalo. And when we started, it was literally, okay, we're here, so if we're going to create change anywhere, we must start at home.
Right. Grow
out.
And spread abroad. And trust me, they're waiting for us to come to quite a few cities and start a branch of 4 Quarters. But our main goal right now is to get home established.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to take care of home before you can take care of anything else.
So.
Right.
Well, they've asked us plenty of times too. When you gonna come out here and start this up? Soon.
Right. Soon. I like that word because soon is relative. Soon depends on some things. Well, thank you all both for being here and sharing 4 Quarters, you know, with Buffalo and people that may not know about it. Definitely appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
And everybody say
4 Quarters.